Hey guys, how are you today? I'm giving it a minute here before we get started, and I wanted to talk about some new details in this case with Cash Gernon, um, the 4-year-old boy that was killed in Dallas. Um, the allegations are that Darian Brown broke into the home of, Monica Sherrod, who had physical guardianship, not guardianship, I should say, physical custody, or they were in her custody, these two twin boys. And everybody's, been wondering, where is Trevor? Where is the father of these two twin boys? And he has now released a statement. And so I want you guys to listen to this statement that he had. And you guys, tell me what you think.
Hello, my name is Trevor Gernon. I'm the father of Cash Gernon and Carter Gernon. I understand that all of you have questions, and I would like to take a moment to address the public. First, let me say that I do not wish this nightmare on any parent. You have no idea how hard it has been for all of us, or how hard it is to hold it together while everyone picks your family apart, family turning on another. All attention and time should be reserved for Cash. I want to thank you all for being so compassionate and motivated for justice. It's comforting to know that so many of you feel this loss too. So I will start by clarifying my absence. I knew Monica for a good few years before moving to the Dallas area. She was a single parent like me, so naturally I would ask her advice on local things. At the end of February, beginning of March, Monica offered her home and help, which I was thankful for. Being a single dad with twin 4-year-olds can be overwhelming from time to time. When I decided to move back to Houston after an unsuccessful job hunt, amongst other things, I felt it was in the boys' best interest to not disrupt their routine. They were comfortable, they were around other kids, and from what it appeared, Monica was a trustworthy person. This choice I made with best of intentions has resulted in the most horrific outcome. I have paid the most ultimate and painful of price for my poor judgment, and I have to live with this devastation every single day. I will never forgive myself. If I could, I'd go back and do everything different. This is a nightmare that doesn't go away once I open my eyes in the morning. Sorry. We just don't understand how this can happen to such a bright and cheerful kid. I'm sorry, I'm trying. I understand how Mindy and Connie could be upset and want to do and say things to me because he was in my care. If it had happened in her care, I'd unfortunately feel she held responsibly too. When you have to process and comprehend such violent tragedy, our grief blames others. It blames ourselves. And Mindy, I am so sorry that I failed to keep him safe. That is my job as a dad, and I was not able to do that. And I'm sorry. To make matters worse, I have to fear for my freedom, as it is the goal of some to see me go to jail rather than grieve the loss of my little boy. All I want to do is have that one thing every parent deserves, to say goodbye and be with my son one last time before I return him home. I wish I could give you all of the answers, but I don't have all of them. I'm barely getting through a day that doesn't take me to a dark place. I miss my son. I miss my kids. I hope you all can understand how fragile we all are and how quickly things can turn upside down. It makes you wish you spent more time. I'm sure that throughout this situation, There will be a lot of less than favorable things said and speculations towards everyone involved. I would hope that we can all cooperate and band together to make sure Cash gets the justice he deserves. He deserves to see us all united, the strong, loving family that we are. Thank you for all of your support and care, and thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to get my voice heard.
Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Together while
Wow.
everyone picture family.
Hold on. Um, mm, Let me acknowledge the chat here. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Centel. Good to see you, babe. Hey, Janet. Hey, Gloria. Hey, question everything. How are you? Um, I I had to go live and let you guys hear this statement from the father. The father definitely has, some um, resources to people who are technical, and they've been releasing statements on YouTube videos and all these sorts of things. Some people say that he's acting, and some people say that it is legitimate, that he sounds like really broken up and really hurt about it. And, it's not my place to judge either way. It is what it is. What we do know is that his son is dead and he was not there. And it's been 5 days, and we're just now hearing from him. Now, there's been some updates. There's a few updates in this case that I would like to share with you guys, but let's just, continue um, on here. Give me just a second. I want to show you something that's quite scary. Right before this happened to Cash, right before Cash was murdered, Darian, the same man who's sitting in jail right now for the kidnapping and killing of 4-year-old Cash Gernon, was caught on surveillance footage on a security camera peeking in people's gates, opening up people's gates to their backyards. Because, see, in some places here in Dallas, it depends on the area. It depends on the neighborhood. They got a lot of these in the Richardson area, a lot of these in the Louisville area, Flower Mound area, but Plano even. There's alleyways that run behind houses, and in some cases, your driveway may be from, in the alleyway. So basically, you have to go down the alleyway in order to turn to get in, to park your vehicle at your home. Well, this is going to send a chill up your spine. This video is from 10 weeks. 10 weeks ago, 10 weeks before Cash was left dead of stab wounds on the ground. But it shows the teenager that has been charged with abducting him, Darian Brown, skulking down the street, opening up backyard gates and peering in before quickly walking away. The man who caught this says that it's extremely scary and that he has 2 kids, 1 girl and 1 boy, and that they play basketball in this backyard. Now watch this. All right, how many commercials are they going to play? My Lord. How many advertisements? Now, Alvarado's house shares a back alley with the home of Monica Sherrod, age 35. She was the one taking care of Cash and his twin Carter. She has said she was dating the twins' father, Trevor, a 31-year-old construction worker, until he reportedly left town in March when a court ordered him to report to rehab. Um, hold on a second. I'm trying to find the actual footage of this. Hold on a second. Bear with me. It should be coming in underneath this window here, but for some reason, these are just advertisements. But there's a still photo right there that shows you what I'm talking about. Peeking in people's back gates. Now, Alvarado's house, like I said, shares a back alley with the home of Monica Sherrod. Now, Trevor left in March, and he left Sherrod to care for both Cash and Carter, unbeknownst to their mother, Melinda Seagroves, who we heard the father called Mindy. He apologized to her specifically um, in the audio that we just heard. We watched the chilling, video footage of Darian taking the child out of the bed. And I should say allegedly Darian. He returned about 2 hours later. He hovered over the bed where Carter was currently still sleeping, but he was startled and he abruptly left. But by then, Cash was already dead. Now, Antony Square, a Dallas teacher who lives in the area, was out for her morning walk around 6:45 a.m. when she saw a clump of hair on the ground she thought belonged to a dog. She said she was on the phone with her mom, and as she got closer, she could see an arm and a foot, and she began to cry. She said, "Mommy, it's a child. It's a child." And the baby had blood all over his face. At that point, she called 911. And the other thing to note, and I have heard this in the press, is that the baby had ants all over the bottom of his feet. Um, she said that she remembers being in denial and hoped that Cash was actually just sleeping, even though he was obviously dead. She was just trying to, put together anything, right? Um, More than 3 hours later, Monica Sherrod picked up the phone and reported Cash missing. She says, "The day that he was missing, I got up late and I thought it was weird. To have two 4-year-old twins and not get out of the bed till 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And we're not talking about like no weekend, sleeping with breakfast in bed type shit. No, this is a regular weekday and you are just, laying around still sleep in the bed and you got whole toddlers walking around in your home that you took in, the same toddlers that you took in. Now, let's see if we can find this footage. I'm pretty sure these are going to be just advertisements. Let's see if we can find this footage here by Jose Alvarado. Hold on. I don't know about you guys, but I have found it kind of difficult to spell Darien sometimes because it can be spelled in different ways. Okay, let's see here. See if we can find the actual CCTV footage. Because started hearing about it yesterday. I don't see anything on this page. Oh, maybe so. Hold on, guys. No, I don't see it any on this page. Let me go look a different way. What am I missing here? It's like all of a sudden Google's not giving me anything. I know it should find something on that. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, it was a Ring camera. Cash Garnon's killer seen casing the boy's home weeks before the abduction and murder. Okay, there's a hell of a photo right there. Notice the shoes. Notice the shoes. Why would he be opening up somebody's gate like that? You know? So there may not be video still. Maybe they just released a photo still. But it says here basically what happened is the chilling video captured Cash Gernon's accused killer hovering outside the home where the 4-year-old was staying weeks before he allegedly abducted and stabbed the child to death. Darian Brown, 18, was arrested on May 16th, charged with kidnapping Cash. She was found dead in a Dallas street the day before. Police said Cash had been snatched from the home of his father's ex-girlfriend, Monica Sherrod, in the early hours of May 15th. The gruesome slaying shocked the neighborhood. It's in Southwest Dallas, where police asked residents to submit any home surveillance video to help the investigation. When neighbor Jose Alvarado checked his Ring doorbell camera for any clues in the case, he found something shocking. Video which appeared to show Brown lurking around his fence, which butts up against Monica Sherrod's about 10 weeks before the abduction. Video appears to show Darian Brown casing the home, the same home where Cash lived. Now, here's some additional video stills. Now, keep in mind, his fence is basically he's Monica Sherrod's next door neighbor. Darian was caught casing the place. And we also seen the hold on, let me look at something here. Let's look at this map. Okay, so this is where Cash Gernon was snatched, and this is where he was found. He was found all the way down here in the middle of a street. This is where the children slept, in that bed. This is the room. Curtains all fell down. It looks like a dump. It looks junky. I'm kind of curious where the heck that camera was at. Like, I don't know who put the camera up in this room, but I'm really glad they did. Now, the twins' room was located in the rear of the house, away from where Sherrod and her other 4 children slept. The back door leading to the garage remained damaged and broken Tuesday after the intruder had forced his way in after sneaking in through the unlocked garage. So they were okay, so let's look at this timeline. 4:58. Darian Brown breaks into the home on the 7500 block of Florina Parkway and snatches Cash while he's sleeping next to his brother Carter. This is at 4:58 a.m. 6:45 a.m. Local resident Anthony Square finds Cash stabbed to death and wearing nothing but a pair of shorts. 7:30 a.m. Darian Brown returns to the bedroom for Cash's twin brother Carter. 10 a.m. Monica Sherrod wakes up to find Cash is missing. 11 a.m. Sherrod calls 911 to report the missing child. Now, the Dallas Medical Examiner on Tuesday revealed that Cash's cause of death was multiple stab wounds. He then made his way to the boys' room, which is located in the back of the house, away from where Sherrod, her sons Matthew, 15, Landon, 14, and Cameron, 18, plus her daughter Emily, 16, sleep. The kidnapper broke in through the door right there. Apparently, the garage does not latch. He came in and broke the connecting door into the home. We are on the other side of the house. We didn't hear anything. We were all sleeping. Sherrod showed Daily Mail around the house as she retraced Brown's steps to show how he had broken into the home after sneaking in through the unlocked garage pictured. A garage door that leads to the house remains damaged and broken Tuesday after the intruder forced his way inside and then into the twins' bedroom. These are photos from the video. Trevor on the left, Monica on the right. Monica definitely did not look that good in the video we seen, but I know she's been under a lot of stress, and there has been talk of meth use. I don't know how true that is, though. Apparently, they knew each other for 2 years, and they met in their home city of Houston. This is Cameron and his mom, Monica. And these are additional photos showing when Darian came back that morning to get the other child. And just keep in mind, it was, it's 7:30 at this time when he's coming into this room. Right now, police are 8 blocks away investigating why there's a dead child lying in the middle of the street, yet he comes back into this home to abduct the second child. Allegedly, of course. Okay. I want to say something here. Cash had been staying at the home of his biological father's ex-girlfriend, Monica. Sherrod, this is Monica Sherrod saying this, so take it with an absolute grain of salt. She says that Cash's biological mother, Melinda, had not been frantically searching for the twins as reported. She wasn't. This last Christmas, we begged her to even FaceTime the boys, and she wouldn't. She's a trucker. She hadn't properly seen the boys for 2 years. Trevor had custody of them. Now, all of a sudden, it is reported she and her mother were looking for them and they missed them because Cash passed away. It is also reported that Carter is now back with her, which I don't believe is true. I think he is in the custody of child services. Well, you know what, Monica? It doesn't fucking matter, does it? It's none of your business. They're not your children. So, I mean, come on. Does Monica, let me just keep it a buck here for a second. Some of y'all may not like this, but I'm just going to keep it real with you, Monica. You have no standing. Zero, none, zero zilch. You have no standing to try to critique the mother of Cash because Cash was in your home and he's now dead. So Like, you can't come out trying to like smear somebody else's name. And what I think might be going on here is the battle of the GoFundMe's. There's all these GoFundMe's starting to pop up. Cash's family, his biological family, has said that Monica Sherrod has lied and said that she was Cash's mother, and has set up false GoFundMe's in an effort to capitalize on this case. So if you thought she was all that much of a shitty mom, why didn't you call Child Protective Services when Trevor brought those twin boys into your house? Like, what makes it normal for somebody that you're screwing to bring two young children into your home and you say, oh, yeah, sure, I'll take care of them? Like, yeah, give them the back room back there. Not to mention the fact that it costs money to feed children. It's more money for the electricity, more money for the water. Like, Monica, get off the gas. You may have been around these boys for a short period of time, but you will never, ever replace their mother. And you need to step back, and I mean fall all the way back with these GoFundMe's that I've heard you putting up. And Cameron Morey, if you're smart, you would talk to your mother. You'd give your mother some good advice, because I'm telling you, it does not look good at all for Monica Sherrod to be trying to capitalize off the murder of Cash Gernon. And she's not even his mother. She's not a family member by blood. And she wasn't even their stepmother. She wasn't married to Cash's father. Ugh. I mean, look at these kind of hateful things that she's telling the press. The biological mother, if you showed them a picture of her, they didn't know who she was. Therefore, right? And I'm not saying the biological mother, she could be an absolute piece of shit. Excuse my French. She could be an absolute piece of crap. But still, though, you don't have the right to like step in and try to wield that sword, so to speak. This is what really I know hurts the mom. They called me mommy. If someone said, is Monica there? They would say no. I'd be like, that's me, I'm Monica. They'd say, no, you're not, you're mommy. I felt they need a mom. They needed stability. Well, did you ever think that maybe, it would be a good idea to try to like help them have a relationship with their biological mother? Like, what kills me is when these women get with these men that have babies, because it's the new thing. Men want to be single fathers and all this type of thing, right? And I'm not knocking it. But there are a lot more single fathers now than what it used to be. And all I'm saying is they get with these women, and then these women think that they really think that they could replace the biological attachment between a mother and a child, where they basically just try to push the biological mom out the way and be like, no, I'm your mommy now. Nah, bitch, you better fall back. And you also better fall all the way back on them GoFundMe's, because if me or anybody uh, reports to me or emails me or DMs me showing me that you're still putting up fraudulent GoFundMe's, I'm going to blast your ass, Monica. I'll come stand in front of your house and blast your ass. So don't try me. Don't try me. I'm in Dallas too. It pisses me off. Like, who are you? Like, what kind of bitch says they called me mommy? That is so wrong. You are so dirty for that. That tells me so much about Monica. That tells me so much about her as a person. You looked like you were on meth in that interview, Monica. Here, let's just show the world. Let's show the world what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's show the world what I'm talking about. How you look like you're strung out on drugs. Bitch, can you take a drug test? Can you pass a drug test, Monica? That's what I want to know. Can you even pass a drug test? Hey to everybody in the chat. Sorry, I've not been able to speak to anybody, but y'all just
Online purchase go wrong?
I just want to know, Monica, can you pass a drug test? We know you've been arrested before, and I don't really give a damn about none of that. There's plenty of, convicted criminals that are great parents. This is the room these children stayed in. Look at it's a dump, Monica. Look at it. This is the room you gave these children. Look at it. It's a dump. Look, paint cans on the floor.
He was a happy baby. He
Look at the dirt on the wall behind her.
Very eager to learn. He wanted to know how to read so bad.
Look at her teeth.
He always said, "What does that say?" And what's that say?
Look at the sore on her nose.
Oh man.
Was he a happy child?
Listen to how smoky her voice sounds.
Very, very, very happy. And he was, like I said, eager to learn. He loved bugs. I don't like bugs. Cash would chase me with bugs. And he thought it was funny. Cash was more outspoken than Carter. Cash was the leader. He was the one that showed Carter how to do everything.
Sorry.
Carter's a smart boy. Cash was the one that was brave enough to follow through with everything. So Cash was he loved school. He loved, like I said, reading. He loved books. I used to read to them every night.
Mm-hmm.
And he always wanted me to read the same book over and over again.
And you went to...
Look at the floor.
For the first time yesterday.
Yes.
Look at the floor.
His favorite toy.
His dinosaur.
Look at the walls.
He loves a dinosaur.
What are those supposed to be, curtains, or are those tacked up sheets? And look at the curtain just lying right there.
Cash, I have so many videos and pictures of him running around the house with that dinosaur. He will be missed here very much. Very much so. Cash was like my own son.
Mm-hmm. But he wasn't. He was not your son.
Yeah. I woke up a little late because, like I said, Cash didn't wake me up. Cash is normally the one that wakes me up. In the morning, we get up about 7. We eat the breakfast, and then we get ready for school.
Then why was it 11 o'clock before police were called? Why is it that you didn't get up out of the bed till 10 o'clock? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to get in a relationship with a man. He's got kids. Oh yeah, I'll be your stepmama, but don't cross bounds when something like this happens. And she's wrong as hell for putting up them GoFundMes. What you tell me? What money does this lady deserve? Someone's dead. Someone's dead. We don't know if this kid even had life insurance policy to be buried. Exactly. So can anybody tell me why this woman deserves a single dime? Because I'm sorry, I feel like if I donated to a GoFundMe she's going to put it in her pipe and smoke it.
That's what they called it. And we'd sit at the table and do our ABCs and our shapes and our colors. And then
by loving God,
I'd let them go play. And then we'd do lunch and then naps. The day that he was missing, I got up late and I thought it was weird. It was kind of like, it's 10 o'clock, you guys already. You waited late to wake mommy up, so I figured Cash was still in bed. My son is who walked in the room and said, "Where's Cash at, Carter?" Because they're never separate. They don't separate. And
they're twins. That's
Carter
normal.
Goes, he went outside. He went out front. So we believed Carter, you know what I'm saying? And so my boys started looking for him, and I started screaming, "Cash, if you're hiding from mommy, it's not funny anymore. Come out."
What a disgrace.
He wouldn't answer. So
what a disgrace. If you're hiding from mommy, you're not their mommy. Monica, you are not their mommy. See, you need to come up off that peg just a little bit. You are not their mommy. I'm not saying their mommy's any better than you or anything, but you did not birth those children, and you're overcrossing and overstepping your lines. And even more so with these GoFundMe's that you have been setting up or alleged to have been setting up, trying to capitalize financially off this case.
Called 911.
Did you look for him around the house?
Yes, they went all the way around the block. My boys did. They went all the way up this alleyway. They walked all the way down to the little corner, yelling for Cash, and he wasn't answering. And I knew something was wrong. Something in my mind I knew. So I called 911 and told them I couldn't find Cash. And they said, when did I notice he was gone? I said, immediately when I got up, when Carter woke me up. We noticed Cash was gone, and I didn't even think about their surveillance system.
When did you look at the surveillance?
When we were at the detective's office, my son, I was crying and I was confused and like in a million pieces and praying to God they would still find Cash, and that little boy wasn't Cash. I kept telling my daughter, that's not Cash. And she said, Mommy, it has to be. Nobody else is missing a baby.
When there was a report of a body that had been found.
And I said, no, it's not Cash. And when my son had went into his interview, Matthew was the last to be interviewed. He remembered all of a sudden, Mom has cameras. And I when you're going through something like that, you don't think about all of that. All you think about is your baby that's missing. And when they said, Mom has cameras, I rewinded the cameras, and there he was, the boy taking my son out of his bed.
How did you feel when you saw
You
it?
mean
I freaked
Melinda's
out.
son,
I'm sure
right?
my kids heard me. I was devastated. I started screaming because my daughter kept telling me, Mom, somebody did this. Mom, somebody did this to our baby. And I'm like, no, they didn't. He's going to be found. They're going to find him. And they did. They did do it. They took him. Why would they hurt him? He was 4. He was like this big. Like he was so little. He wasn't even the size of a 4-year-old. He was so tiny. I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. I can't.
Well, she looked
Can you just tell
rough.
me where you saw the
Go.
Look at that room. Look at it.
It looks
This
like
is
all
what
torn apart.
this is the room the boys slept in.
Surveillance, if you want to see it.
Curtains fall
No
down and
cameras.
they're
And
just
that's the thing. I
left
thought Cash got out.
cans of
I
paint.
thought he got out the front door. So I went looking for him. So we all did. My son, him, and my son Matthew were basically looking for him. And when 10 minutes into it, I called 911 because I realized he didn't just get out. We couldn't find him. Somebody took him or something. And so I called 911.
Y'all. Y'all. Crazy. Hey, Kilolo, how are you? Hey, Loving God, Betty White, Lisa, Happy Go Lucky, what's up? Centel. Michael Phillips, hello. Hey to all y'all. Sorry, I haven't even been looking at the chat, y'all. Hey, I think I said kind of question everything. Who else? Am I missing anybody? No, I think we're good. Yeah, I just had to do an update today on the story. It is, it's just the funeral. When is the funeral? Hold on, let me look up when the funeral is. Hold on. And you know something, guys? When I tell you that it has been raining all week, and you know the saying, it rains when people dies, that sort of thing. Um, it's kind of felt like that with this case, especially. When is the funeral for Cash going to be? Hold on. I know his obituaries have been getting posted in various newspapers. Um, hold on. The autopsy did confirm he died of stab wounds. Let's see here. Maybe this will tell me. Oh, and here's the other thing that Melinda is Monica Sherrod is complaining about. She says that Melinda, Cash's biological mother, who held him in her stomach for 9 months and birthed him, has banned Monica from the funeral. She's mad because she says it's not right. She says she doesn't understand why. I took care of them. She didn't. She wasn't there. The mother has said to Trevor's mother that I can't go to the funeral, and they passed that on. It's not right. I love Carter and I loved Cash. I hope you'll come back and rethink that at another time, Monica. You shouldn't want to go to that funeral. Being the fact that boy was in your possession and he was kidnapped right out of that home while you slept, and you didn't even report it for another 4 hours. Nah, you shouldn't be angry at the mother at all. Basically Monica is trying to throw slugs at Melinda. That's basically what it's all about. Sherrod also has claimed that Seagroves was banning her from attending the funeral, and she also refused to believe that Carter is with Melinda Seagroves, because it has been reported that the other twin, the other brother, has been reunited with his mother and is back with her now. She doesn't want to believe it. Like, she's got all these misconceptions of this woman, and I don't think she even knows the woman, just from the sound of things. I mean, like, Monica, you need to put yourself in the position. Like, what if this was one of your children this happened to? If this was one of your children, and you let your child go stay with their father and their father's girlfriend, and the father's girlfriend was asleep and basically she almost probably blames you in a sense for not hearing anything, for not saving her child, since you claim you were, you know you took such great care of them. How would you feel? Put yourself in Melinda's shoes, please. Put yourself in Melinda's shoes. And then, that's just some anger you're going to need to get out of. Honestly, that's just something you're going to have to get over, because the mother and as mother, I wouldn't want to see you either. You wouldn't be allowed to come to the funeral either. I'm telling you. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I try not to put too much of my opinion in these things, but that's what's going on in this case so far. So we will know more soon. And you guys, if you haven't done it already, pick up the phone or tell somebody that you love them, especially if it's been a while. Those, 3 words, I love you, can mean so much. Until next time, y'all.